Job, career challenges, personal problems, relationship issue. When AI can't solve your problems, try a human approach. Ayyo, contact Loy Machedo.
All right, I never expected this, but I got featured in this Instagram account, which I recommend you check. It's Canada's Gun Lobby. Visit CCFR.CA. And I've also got a message from a Indian Canadian or Indian origin, whatever. Obviously, I will not reveal his identity because he requested anonymity. But this one is, they said, no problem, you can speak about us. So you can check them out, and I'll tell you what exactly it is, and you can give me your thoughts. So the first one is okay. This is the video. This is the video that I had spoken about. I was wrong. I apologize. Having a gun is the only solution, and it was where I gave a very honest confession that my friend uh, who stayed in UAE all these years, Indian origin, and moved to Canada. Uh, he told me, see, listen, I know that you're against guns. I know that you're against shooting in schools. I know that you're against the crime that takes place in the West. Because you need to understand, me and many others like me, Indians who are born and raised in Dubai, we never seen a gun. We never seen a gun. We never heard of gun shootings, violence. In fact, the only time I saw a gun in my life was when I met my mentor, who was at that time the head of Dubai Police ambulance section. Okay, and he was also part of the CID. When I saw a policeman with a gun, that was the first time I saw a gun, and we never read of any crime that was taking place with regards to guns. But then obviously, as we grew up and news started to spread and we came to know of what happens in other countries, we found out that, okay, there are a lot of shootings going on in US and Canada, and so many, murders are taking place. And then you have, obviously, you have the Democrats, Republicans, left and right. And some people say, no, guns are very dangerous. Some other people say guns are very necessary. So I was of the camp. I belong to the camp that always said, no, guns are unnecessary. Guns are bad. Get rid of all the guns. Okay, because even the data proves it that countries that don't have guns have low crime rate. And United States is the best example where gun-related deaths are like crazy. So I lived with that mindset for a very long time until a few days ago, where my friend, who is exactly like me, lived in Dubai, NRI, and the only difference being he studied also in UAE, and he has moved to Canada. And he actually took the trouble of calling me up and saying, listen, man, can I speak to you over the phone? And unless it's something very urgent, he never speaks to me. Okay. So I said, go ahead. And then he said, Loy, I perfectly understand that having a gun is, the school shootings and robbers and all that. But he gave me an example which really made me understand. Like, there are some people who call me a dumbass and they say, ah, you're a stupid guy. Someone had to, spell it out for you. Yes, you're right. Because in order to change a person's mind, it takes time. So he gave me the example, a real life example, where he stated that, see, Loy, I have a wife, I have kids. Okay, we stay in a very quiet neighborhood. I'll give you a summary. I'll not repeat the same thing which I said here. He said there was a murder, there was a killing, few blocks away, and the bad guy, had a gun. But in Canada, they don't allow you to have guns. You cannot have guns legally. You're not allowed. Okay, maybe if some special permission, I don't know if that's the case, but you're not allowed to have a gun. So the good guys who are law-abiding citizens are not allowed to have guns. The bad guys have all guns. So if someone were to come to your house, how do you protect them? He said, I have hockey sticks, I have knives, I have, broomsticks, I have whatever weapon I can kept in every room. But I wish I had a gun. He's saying, I'm not going to have a gun to show off to the world. It's just kept there so that if anyone comes in and he knows I have a gun, he'll not try to attack me. And then he put the question on me and said, Loy, if you were in my place, you have a daughter, you have a son, you have a wife, and you found out there have been a couple of guys who go around to houses shooting, killing, raping, and plundering the house. Would you just want a knife, or would you legally want a gun? And lo and behold, I was convinced, because forget the school shooting, forget what is happening outside. If a man cannot protect his own family, I mean, what's the point? And that is where I realized the gun was a necessary evil or necessary weapon, a necessary tool, as you could say it. So, okay, I give you a background so that you would understand. So now, I never thought I'd be featured here. It was really flattering. If you scroll down here you'll see this is me. Oh, well, very good. They took a sound bite. I'm pretty sure there must be some comments which are not very flattering. Some people said that my speaking style and scalping is not to the point or is unbearable, whatever. Okay, then some others, what? I don't understand this guy. Okay, apparently it had to be explained to me like a 12-year-old. Yeah, well, you're right. It takes some time. And then some others, they thought I had the IQ of a 12-year-old. I think some of them even commented on my tattoos, which I don't blame them. But then again, okay, so they gave a lot of opinions, and I welcome the good, bad, ugly. Okay, and it's not their fault. The people of this who manage this website, this social media site. So please do check it out. Now, the second part is the letter, is the message. Now, obviously, I'm going to censor that guy's identity because he requested it. So you'll only see what he has stated. So let's go here. So in case you see me censoring bits and pieces, it is because I want to protect his identity. Okay, so this is what he has said. Okay. So what he says is, I'm a Canadian living in Greater Toronto area. I saw your video about guns on Instagram. Refreshing to see a change in heart. Just wanted to point out the violent gun crimes has basically become a daily occurrence in the GTA and in Canada. GTA is what? Greater Toronto area, I think. Yeah, okay. Then what he says, look up the father of Wog, Ontario. Ontario, sorry. My pronunciation very outdated, Indian. Okay. Who got shot in the head and murdered in front of his wife and daughter during a home invasion, which is, oh goodness. Can you imagine that? Someone getting shot in front of his wife and child. Lives ruined, changed forever in a devastating fashion. Okay. Couple of points. Crime in general is skyrocketing in Canada. There are zero repercussions for criminals right now in Canada. Bail reform in Canada, criminals are released on the same day, just repeating the same crimes over and over again. Also, Canadian self-defense laws are severely lacking. Look at the history of these crimes. If you are a homeowner and successfully defend yourself in life or death situation, yes, you'll be getting charged too. This is ridiculous here. That means if you protect your own family, you get charged. The criminals, they are given the easy way out. Just another way of your life is ruined. You will spend time in jail, hundreds of thousands to millions in lawyers' fees and court proceedings dragging on for years. While you have a good chance of being found innocent, the toll that takes on a man and his family is unbelievable. Then he says, the shit has been going on for well over a decade, too, with the Liberal government in power. Want to know their solution? This is what they say. Gun buyback program, restricting and banning firearms. Billions upon billions of taxpayers' dollars for zero results, resulting in reducing crime. In fact, they are making it easier for criminals because now the criminals have nothing to fear and the legal law-abiding homeowners are being stripped of their rights to protect themselves and the loved ones. Okay, then he says, so as much as your video was a sight for sore eyes, please continue to do more. Legal gun owners in Canada are statistically speaking the least likely individuals, point blank period, to commit a crime. We are vetted every single day by RCMP. I don't know what is RCMP. Maybe it's a political party. Okay. We commit one crime, license revoked, guns confiscated, never be able to get one again. People committing crimes are not legally obtaining guns. No matter where these gun confiscation or buyback programs have happened, it's been nothing but a colossal failure of time and taxpayer dollars. You have no idea how tiring it is to be kept being told that the problem for the mess in the country is when in reality it is opposite. So yeah, you may never look at this again or at all, but I will continue to challenge anyone on these topics to look deeper. Liberals preach peace, but they have never been in power here and over a decade now, and our country is more violent than it has ever been. So this is what this gentleman has sent me. So I thought I would share this with you guys. All right. Like I said, I never was against guns for any bad intentions. I always looked at, like any other normal person. Okay, you get a psycho who takes a gun and shoots innocent children in schools. You get people who take guns and rob others. So if you take away their guns, now they'll just have maybe a knife or a stick or something. But when you're talking about all the criminals have access to guns and you can't stop them, so then what option does a good person have? A good human being, a family man? He has to protect his family, right? And who would, which place would a guy with a gun, a criminal, go? Would he go to a house which is where nobody has a gun? Or would he go attack a house where everybody he knows has a gun and they have some of the most dangerous weapons? It's a no-brainer. The guy would go to a house, he'd attack a house where there were no guns, because he would say, why should I get shot dead? I'll just go to a place where there's no guns, old people or God-fearing people. It's easy. I'll just go rob everything and run away. So that is what changed my mind, and I owe this to my friend who is based in Canada. And yes, thank you to this gentleman who trusted me with this message. And like I said, change of heart, and I will always voice and say what is right. So please do check out this channel on Instagram. That is the CCFR, Canada's Gun Lobby. Visit them at CCFR.CA. And good, bad, ugly, feel free. Check out their video about me if you want. And feel free to put a couple of bad comments also if you like. I don't mind. So, all right, here I am. All right, you guys take care. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. It's me signing off.